Technologies investors should be aware of. Part 1. Artificial Intelligence. AI, or artificial intelligence, has become a household name in recent years. But what is AI, its potential applications, and its investment opportunity? AI, as defined by Britannica, is the ability of a digital computer or computer-controlled robot to perform tasks commonly associated with intelligent beings. The term is frequently applied to the project of developing systems endowed with intellectual process characteristics of humans, such as the ability to reason, discover meaning, generalize, and learn from the past. AI is currently being deployed as virtual assistants or chatbots in agriculture and farming, autonomous flying, retail, shopping, security and surveillance, sports analytics, manufacturing and production, livestock and inventory management, self-driving cars, healthcare and imaging, in warehouse and logistics supply chains. The allure of AI is that it can autonomously perform functions that would require hundreds of individuals to complete. So in terms of leverage and forward momentum, AI is truly a juggernaut. It can be applied to nearly every function a human does with a greater degree of accuracy, allowing for leaner and more efficient companies, and ultimately the design of entire products without human intervention. For accredited investors, it is important to look past the exciting nature of this technology and understand the revenue model, the target customers, and the competition. In addition, it is essential to know if the business developed the technology themselves or if they are white labeling a software service. Intellectual property ownership could affect valuations when it does come time for an exit. MedTech. Medical technology is a broad term that covers any piece of technology that has a medical or healthcare application. The digital age has created massive innovation in medtech and is primed to flourish in the years to come. Some of the most well-known medtech innovations include advanced telemedicine, new methods of drug development, data-driven healthcare, nanomedicine, 5G-enabled devices, tricoders, digital assistants, and smart biosensors. We could easily dedicate an entire video to each of these powerful technologies, but from an investor standpoint, there are some key factors to consider when investing in medical technology. The first is the adoption rate. The US healthcare system is very fragmented. Most providers operate independently and deploy a wide range of devices and softwares, and as such, it can be difficult to roll out a new piece of technology without a significant sales team. Often, providers in specific geographies will use similar systems, but it is important to understand how a company plans to penetrate the market with sales and marketing. A second factor to consider is the insurance credentialing and billing. Healthcare billing is incredibly complex, and before making an investment, an investor should ask if their device or service is approved as a treatment, therapy, or other service by healthcare authorities. If not, a company will face significant challenges in taking on new customers because the legal and medical repercussions will be far more than a provider is willing to take on. Finally, an investor should consider how narrow or broad the technology application is. Does the tech apply to a specific narrow condition, or does it have the potential to benefit a large portion of the population? The potential users are an important factor when considering valuations. Cybersecurity. Cybersecurity has become headline news in recent months with attacks such as the SolarWinds and JBS attacks. These attacks are far more frequent than the public realizes and pose a significant threat to our corporate and federal infrastructure. According to the Center for Strategic and International Studies, there have been at least 60 major attacks on corporations and federal systems, resulting in hundreds of millions of dollars being lost in ransoms and damage to business operations and legal expenses. Attacks will only become more frequent and damaging as more and more of our infrastructure is reliant on technology to operate. Fortunately, there is tremendous innovation in this space and significant room to improve upon cyber protection. Major innovations in cybersecurity include broader solutions capable of detecting entire malware categories, AI and machine learning capable of identifying malicious behavior, Internet of Things protection, multi-factor authentication, and permission requirements. Each of these innovations represents significant opportunity for an accredited investor because cybersecurity is now an absolute requirement for any company or product that connects to the internet. From an investment perspective, the same business fundamentals apply when evaluating a cybersecurity company. Understanding the product, the pricing model, the expansion plan, and future R&D are essential to get a picture of how sound an investment may be. That being said, the demand for premier cybersecurity has never been greater and will only grow over the next 5 to 10 years. Cebron Capital uses a rigorous due diligence process to evaluate startup companies for our accredited investor community. Our VC team sources disruptive startup companies working on AI, medtech, cybersecurity, biotech, robotics, and nanotech. You can learn more about our startups and evaluation process at cebroncapital.com.